are heading straight to these pictures that are coming to us from Baramati, where preparations are underway for the last rites of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, who died in an air crash yesterday morning. That crash happened at roughly 8:46 a.m. Low visibility is being said to be the cause of that crash, though the investigations are still underway. The black box was recovered only last night, has been handed over to the DGCA, which will now investigate what exactly led to that fatal crash that killed not just Ajit Pawar, but 4 others. On your screens, ladies and gentlemen, is Ajit Pawar's cousin, first cousin, Supriya Sule, daughter of Sharad Pawar. We saw the entire family grief-stricken in many ways actually, Ajit Pawar's death bringing the warring Pawar family together. You have Supriya Sule there. I think she's managing the arrangements of the last rites of the funerals. We saw Ajit Pawar's wife, who's also a Rajya Sabha member, Sunetra Pawar, arrive yesterday in Baramati. Post news of the crash reached her, along with Supriya Sule. 2 sons, Parth Pawar and Jay Pawar, also in the pictures with us. In a bit from now, what we will be seeing is the Home Minister arrive. Praful Patel on our screens as well. We have top leaders from Maharashtra cutting across party lines, ladies and gentlemen, coming for this cremation, coming for the last rites of Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister. Maharashtra's politics is a bit of a khichdi politics because everyone has been friends at some point of time and foes at some point of time. So today, when you see all the people who've been gathered there for Ajit Dada's last rites, you will see that there are people who cut across cut across the political spectrum. Also gathered are the crowds at Baramati, are the people of Baramati who have voted Ajit Pawar not once, not twice, not thrice, but at least 8 times, ladies and gentlemen, to the assembly. This was Ajit Pawar's bastion, and it's a bit ironic that the last breath that Ajit Pawar took was in Baramati, his constituency. Also very ironic the fact that his mortal remains were actually identified by his watch, which is also the NCP's party symbol. Let me go across to our reporters who are joining us on the broadcast. We have Nilesh who is joining us. Nilesh, thank you very much for being with us. Arunil with us as well. Arunil, I'm coming to you first. We are seeing the family gathered there. The last rites will start any time now. What are we expecting from here on?
Well, Shreya, I can clearly see at present that I'm reporting from the Vidya Pratishthan ground. This is the place where the mortal remains of Ajit Pawar have been kept over there. Kind of a unity within the Pawar family can clearly be seen now. This is also extremely significant considering the much talked about split within the Pawar family, political split that has taken place. Jay Pawar, the younger son of Ajit Pawar, is there. Completing the final rites of formality is Parth Pawar, the older son of Ajit Pawar. Supriya Sule can be seen coordinating with the different prominent political figures who have assembled over here. Home Minister Amit Shah will be reaching here in some time. Sharad Pawar himself spoke yesterday refuting any kind of conspiracy charges related to this crash of Ajit Pawar's chartered aircraft. Now, there are many significant points that need to be discussed about today's funeral. One is the legacy of Ajit Pawar himself, somebody who followed in the footsteps of Sharad Pawar via the cooperative movements that were initiated by Sharad Pawar himself. Cooperative banks, cooperative sugar factories, educational institutes. Ajit Pawar led from those and then joined active politics in 1991, becoming an MP from here. Later was not enjoying Delhi politics, got into Maharashtra politics and got elected from Baramati itself as many as 7 times. 8th time was the MP that he was being elected from here. Also, Ajit Pawar was also being seen as a leader of the masses, particularly from the western Maharashtra region. Maharashtra politics' main significant point is that it has regional affability, regional loyalty reigns over here. And with respect to Western Maharashtra politics, the Pawar clearly hold immense clout amongst the masses, be it the urban population or be it the rural population as well. A development of cities like Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad, as well as many people, be it youngsters, be it the older generation, follow Ajit Pawar as well as Sharad Pawar. What happens to the legacy of the Pawars now, that also will be an important factor to look into. Recently we had seen politically also the Pawars were coming together. There were talks of a reunion. Now whether the reunion will actually shape up, who is going to lead the NCP party with Sharad Pawar aging as well, whether it will be Supriya Sule, whether it will be Sunitra Pawar, who's the wife of Ajit Pawar and also a Rajya Sabha MP. Recently, around a year ago, it was Supriya Sule versus Sunitra Pawar in this very Baramati. And then that time Sunitra Pawar, Ajit Pawar's wife, had lost, but Ajit Pawar regained his control after becoming an MLA from here. There were many talks that the Pawars were already together. It was a strategic split that they had broken up to ensure that ED action was not initiated against Ajit Pawar. Also, basically, the finance ministry was controlled by Ajit Pawar as well for a very long time. In fact, within a month now, Ajit Pawar was expected to announce the state budget, which was going to be the 8th state budget as a finance minister that he was going to announce. That was going to be a joint record with SK Wankhede. Ajit Pawar was also a secular face of this Mahayuti government. What was the most important aspect about Ajit Pawar's politics was when Yogi Adityanath, before the Maharashtra state elections, came to Maharashtra and spoke about batenge to katenge. Ajit Pawar was the first one to negate it, refute it, counter it, saying that you should speak about religion-based politics only in your north, not in Maharashtra. Now we'll speak about the visuals over here as well. There are several people from the Pawar family, Parth Pawar, Jay Pawar, sons of Ajit Pawar. Supriya Sule can be seen over here. Yugendra Pawar, who's basically the nephew of Ajit Pawar, who contested elections against Ajit Pawar in the recently held Maharashtra state elections, can also be seen. So the entire Pawar family bonhomie can be seen over here. They have come together during this moment of crisis. It was completely unexpected. He was true heir apparent to Sharad Pawar's politics, at least when it comes to Maharashtra politics is concerned, because Supriya Sule was handling politics in Delhi. Now, what is going to happen with respect to NCP, Sharad Pawar's cooperative movement politics, what will be, how it will be taken ahead? That will be again a thing to watch out from here on.
Do stay on with us, Arunil, as we see these pictures of Ajit Dada's last rites getting underway. His sons Parth Pawar and Jay Pawar there as well. Also in the pictures, as you correctly pointed out, is Yogendra Pawar, a nephew who fought an election against him. So this is essentially the Pawar family that was at war with each other, coming together in this time of grief. R. Rajgopalan is a senior journalist joining us on the broadcast. Neerija Chaudhary is a senior journalist joining us on the broadcast as well. Neerija ji, good morning. I'm going to come to you first. We are getting these live pictures from Baramati. The Home Minister has arrived there for the last rites. We are seeing the entire Pawar family in Baramati at the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan where the last rites are being conducted. I was just looking at 85-year-old Sharad Pawar, and he was having a word with Nitin Gadkari. They were having some sort of talk. I'm wondering, what is going through Sharad Pawar's mind right now. This is a much-loved nephew who was a bit of a rebel, who came in and out of the party, finally broke the party, and yet the family remained close.
That's what political families are all about. But Ajit Dada, as he was known all over Maharashtra, and the Dada of Baramati, as we can see, the way the people are coming out, and he touched the lives of the people of Baramati in a phenomenal way. I remember going to Baramati during the 2024 elections, and at a meeting, at the address by him, the number of people, Muslims, Hindus, different castes, people said he'd done this for us, this for us, this for us. And And people who from Baramati used to go to his office in Mumbai. The moment he knew it was Baramati, those doors would open and he would help each one of them. So he touched the life. He was an organization man, and Sharad Pawar himself, you're talking about him, what is going through his mind. And that is, at his age, 85, not well, frail health, what is going to be the NCP's future, Maharashtra's future, the future of Marathas. Marathas are feeling very orphaned today because Sharad Pawar is, 85 and ill health, and Ajit Pawar is gone. And there are Maratha leaders, but none who can take Ajit Pawar's place. So there is a huge vacuum. But this was a mass leader, I would say, hardworking. For him to be campaigning for Zilla Parishad elections as Deputy Chief Minister, he need not have. But he went on that flight to Baramati for the Zilla Parishad elections that are underway. And of course, he was a man of the organization. And that is so crucial for any party to come up. Do you build a cadre, a group of workers who stand by you because you have stood by them?
Correct.
And that's painstaking work, detailed painstaking work. Of course, he used to be quite abrasive and get into trouble. And of late, he had mellowed. And I remember 2024 winter, after the elections, when they had won, his group had done much better than Sharad Pawar's group. And Praful Patel, who went with him despite being a confidant of Sharad Pawar for 2 decades, had hosted a lunch for him in Delhi to meet the Patrakars, the national media. And he was there. I remember, dressed in shirt, pant, jacket. His wife was there, Sunetra, Parth was there. And he mingled around with the national media, comfortable, because till then, one had the feeling that he left the national media to his uncle Sharad Pawar and Maharashtra media he dealt with. And Maharashtra journalists will now tell you that he was at his press conferences of late. He used to be quite, he wasn't dismissive of even the youngest of reporters. So he mellowed also. And as I say, a mass leader loved by the people of Baramati and Western Maharashtra in particular. And this Vidya Pratishthan, if you go there,
correct,
it is just amazing, a place that they have built. Of educational institutions, very forward-looking. And some people used to say, if any MPs want to study a constituency of how to go about it, they should visit Baramati. That should be part of the training of younger MPs. And when I went there first, I was so impressed by these institutions that they created. The drains were not open, the drains were covered, which doesn't happen in many parts of the country. So he's left a rich legacy. But what will happen to the NCP? Will it remain divided? Will they get together? Under whose leadership? What is the role Sunetra Pawar is going to play? What is the role Supriya Sule is going to play? Will Sharad Pawar be able to get the two NCPs together? Unity talks were underway. And will this united NCP stay with the BJP? Because that is the ground level pressure that's coming from the NCP of Ajit Pawar.
Okay.
So there are many imponderables which we'll see unfold in the coming hours and days.
For now, of course, what is unfolding is the aftermath of the tragedy that happened yesterday. The plane crash killing all 5 people on board, including Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister. You have on your screens right now, you have Amit Shah, the Home Minister, who's just arrived for the last rites. You have Devendra Fadnavis there as well. Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde had gone to receive the Home Minister. They are now at the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan, where the last rites are being conducted, that ceremony underway. And as we see those pictures, our Rajagopalan, just come in and talk to us about what you think happens to the NCP now. Is a reunion of the two factions more of a possibility today than it was, say, day before yesterday?
First of all, the tribute by Maharashtra BJP is very, very visible. in today's Mumbai Times of India, very nice front page black color advertisement has come with Dada background. I would like to show to our viewers. This is very, very important, a tribute by Maharashtra BJP. And moreover, Mr. Amit Shah brought Mr. Nitin Nabin, the president of the BJP, along with him. What does it indicate? It indicates that NCP, BJP, Eknath Shinde, Shiv Sena are together. That is the impression what Mr. Amit Shah is indicating to NCP. Now, my point is, as Madam Nirja said, will Mr. Sharad Pawar contest Rajya Sabha? He said he is going to retire from the politics. Unless he is in the top, the merger will not take place. Second thing, Sunitla Ajit Pawar may be the deputy chief minister. That is the buzz now in Maharashtra circles. Still, role of Supriya Sule. Will she be inducted in the union cabinet? Let us wait and watch. And moreover, today and tomorrow, Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde will have a review of this, future of NCP. Then they will speak to Mr. Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi. That is going to be the route map of the negotiations with NCP. Unless the NCP now joins, because powers without power is not, therefore they want to retain power. Both center and the state they would like to have. Now coming to the family. Family was divided. Now they have to unite otherwise the Pune and Baramati election results indicate that NCP is waning, slowly decimating. Now they have to resurrect that. And BJP eating away the space of NCP. That is why this advertisement, that is why Mr. Nitin Nabin's presence in Maharashtra. Now, the end of the era of Mr. Ajit Pawar, who is very jovial, very joyful, very witty. Whatever question you put, he openly said, "Mujhe English nahi aate, Hindi bhi thodi aati hai." Like that. I had an opportunity to meet him 2-3 occasions, but he's very, very witty gentleman. Whatever the question you put, he will be very witty. आपने तो wife को क्यों कर दिया? मैं माफी चाहता हूँ यार, छोड़ दो. Like that he will say. Your wife has become MP and you are wanting to have some power politics. He will say गलती हो गया. हम लोग तो decide कर दिया. अभी withdraw कैसे करेंगे? So he is a witty gentleman. Even in the assemblies, his retort to the opposition is very, very interesting. If someone asked him, why did you go to at midnight to be sworn in as a deputy chief minister? He was a very witty. So coming from Mr. Sharad Pawar's legacy, Ajit Pawar and Supriya Sule, now the other factor is Sagan Bhujbal plus Praful Patel.
Sure.
Will they be retained? These are all certain political questions, but in nutshell, I see the Amit Shah is present, and moreover, Prime Minister, since the Parliament is on, he did not come. On 13th day or like that, when Puja is going to be held, prayer meeting, then he's likely to come. That is what the indications get.
Just if you look back at Ajit Pawar's, I'll just get both the journalists, the senior journalists, who have way more experience than I do to speak about this. But when you look back at Ajit Pawar's political journey, he starts under the towering presence of his uncle Sharad Pawar, the man who broke away from the Congress party and established the NCP. So you have a young Ajit Pawar in an interview talking about the fact that he was the one who used to serve tea when guests came to meet his uncle. From there he starts, and what he manages to do is pretty incredible actually. Here you are under the shadow of a great man, your uncle, and yet you manage to build a cadre that is completely loyal to you. And that cadre moves with you wherever you go. Even when you are parting ways with Sharad Pawar, that cadre, now we know, moved with Ajit Pawar. And if you look at the personalities, Neerija, of the two men, of uncle and nephew, there are striking similarities. I mean, there are striking differences, but there are striking similarities as well. For one, both of them great strategists. Both of them, politicians who knew the importance of building a cadre and built it. Of course, the difference was very stark as well, Neerija ji. While Sharad Pawar is someone who was more seasoned in terms of his public utterances, was more diplomatic, Ajit Pawar would never mince his words. In fact, I remember that press conference. I wonder whether you remember it, when the Mahayuti came to power, and you have Devendra Fadnavis at the center, you have Eknath Shinde on one side, and you have Mr. Pawar on the other side. So constantly the question being asked I beg your pardon, Devendra Fadnavis by journalists is, but who will be the deputy chief ministers? Will the deputy chief ministers be sworn in tomorrow as well, etc., etc.? So Eknath Shinde is trying to give a, rather diplomatic answer, and Devendra Fadnavis is trying to give a rather diplomatic answer, saying, we'll see, Abhi we've just got the numbers, we'll see. Exactly within 30 seconds, I wonder whether you've seen that press conference, exactly within 30 seconds, Ajit Pawar actually chimes in and says, इन लोगों का मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन मैं तो पक्का से लूंगा शपथ as deputy chief minister. To which Mr. Shinde says, इनको तो practice है, सुबह भी शपथ ले लेते हैं, ये कभी-कभी शाम को भी ले लेते हैं. So the man didn't mince his words, which is why I guess he was a joy for any journalist to interview.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing, of course, you talked about the similarities between the uncle and the nephew. And that is the mass character of politics that they engaged in, which is disappearing. Today in the times of social media, Twitter, you do the X, you do Instagram, everything is done through all this. You don't go to the people necessary. I remember Sharad Pawar traveling with him once, and he said, we just stopped at a village, and he said, I remember these workers of their children's name, but I don't now remember their grandchildren's name. So such was the, engagement. So also with Ajit Pawar. And I think somewhere building an organization, that is what a leadership is all about. That people who work with you, and this is said about Ajit Pawar, people who worked with him, he was all the time thinking of how do they go forward. And that's why they gave their loyalty to him. So organizational importance is what his life in politics has emphasized. And many parties today need to learn from that. The second thing, of course, you're right. He was very clear when Devendra Fadnavis was to take over. He immediately gave his support. Shinde, I think, took 8 or 9 days, to give his support. But the moment Ajit Pawar had lent his support to Devendra Fadnavis's BJP, the BJP was home and dry. Gone was the, suppose both of them, Pawar and Shinde, had bargained, it would have been a much more difficult situation to handle. And till the end, I'm told, he had a very good equation with CM Fadnavis. Now, Devendra Fadnavis will have to deal with not a 3-pole politics, but a 2-pole politics with Eknath Shinde has been sulking about the BMC leadership they want of the mayor. They want a 2.5-year rotational formula where they lead, their party leads as the mayor, even though they don't have that many seats. And I think somewhere how that is now going to pan out with the bipolar thing increasingly. Of course, much will depend on how what the NCP does in the coming days. But yes, it is a legacy when so many people come out and want to pay their homage. Somewhere that means he touched their lives.
At all points, I'm seeing Supriya Sule, the one who's not just making arrangements, but ensuring that family members come and pay their last rites. At all points with Sunetra Pawar. And this I think a year after, both ladies were pitted against each other in a political battle for Baramati. So a tragedy like this, God forbid it happens to any family, but a tragedy like this, clearly Mr. Rajgopalan, for the moment, has brought the family together. The question is, till when?
The absence of Mr. Ajit Pawar will definitely unite them. My understanding is politics is very hard ball to play. And moreover, Ajit Pawar's, imbibed certain qualities of Sharad Pawar, and that is also seen in Sunetra Ajit Pawar's mindset. Though she is not a very good politician in the sense, in the term, as you mentioned, Khichdi, Maharashtra. It's not Khichdi, Shreya. The very beauty of Maharashtra politics is enemies are there, but they are friends together.
Yeah.
In emergence of Madam Sunitra Pawar, what is the calculations, permutation, and combinations one has to wait. But at the same time, today, the absence of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, I don't know, I have not seen it. He might be
I've
present.
seen Raj Thackeray, I have not seen Uddhav Thackeray.
I'm saying Uddhav Thackeray had certain differences with Mr. Ajit Pawar. So now, coming to the other point, in the civic elections, the Congress role is minimal. At least 1 or 2 seats they had. Now, what is going to be the future of Congress in the absence of Mr. Ajit Pawar? Because Congress has to play a vital role as an opposition party in the Maharashtra politics with Uddhav Thackeray. So, both the absence I see, either Madam Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi should have attended this. Otherwise, it was not a package as such. You are paying tribute. It is only, now you are seeing Praful Patel and others. Coming in a nutshell, I say, Maharashtra politics is now in a mood to transform from its very, very sad moment. We see the pictures, very, very emotional pictures. You cannot, control your emotions. Such is the, tall leadership of Mr. Ajit Pawar. There were, corruption charges against him. But if it was true, a politician, Shreya, Neeraja and me might have seen at least 1,000 MPs in Central Hall and during our 40 years of travel in the political reporting, but never seen such a person or Ajit Pawar's stature. I had the occasion to meet him only twice. Whenever we had conversation, it was very jovial conversation, and we miss him as a political commentators. We will miss such personality because now, as Nirja said, in the social media, we have to be very, very careful.
Sure.
And Sharad's party is going to be facing a major, litmus test in another 1 or 2 months.
I'm seeing Praful Patel as well, supervising the last rites. You see Parth Pawar, who briefly launched his political career in 2019 when he contested the Lok Sabha elections from the Mawal constituency. He, of course, lost that election. The other son, the younger son, Jay, has largely kept away from electoral politics. And he's been relatively private. So, will the mantle pass on to Parth? Is Praful Patel the man who will now look at the party? Or will it be Sunitra Pawar? There is some talk I hear about possibly Sunitra Pawar being made the Deputy Chief Minister as well to ensure that the NCP, or at least this particular faction of the NCP, stays with the Mahayuti. So there is some talk about that as well. But I think all of that, Neeraja ji, is left for another day. Because today is a day when you remember the remarkable contribution of the man whose last rites are being conducted as we speak, isn't it? It's Baramati that is going to miss him the most, apart from his family, given the fact that he must have been doing something right repeatedly for Baramati to choose him not once, not twice, but at least 8 times as its MLA.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. I think people remember the work. Nobody is faultless. People have their shortcomings. But it is the work that he did for Baramati, his beloved Baramati. I think that is what people are responding to. And the way the place has grown and developed, which is quite impressive, what the Pawar family, Sharad Pawar included, absolutely. Sharad Pawar led the way. Sharad Pawar groomed his nephew. And then, of course, in the last elections, he upstaged his own uncle. And that's the way politics is. And Sharad Pawar's own homage had this, that first thing he talked about, the hard work he used to put in and was capable of putting in.
In fact, yesterday, Sharad Pawar at about 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m., had to step out and issue a statement to say, please don't politicize my nephew's death. What happened was an accident because you had, West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee step out, take the mic and say, and launch this conspiracy theory, float this conspiracy theory to say that no neta is safe in India, especially no opposition neta is safe in India. And there were already talks between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar for the family to unite and for the party to unite. And Ajit Pawar was about to walk out of the Mahayuti, which is possibly why this crash takes place. And we need a Supreme Court monitored probe. So that was, that coming from a seasoned politician like Mamata Banerjee, I felt really the timing was awful for her to make the sort of conspiracy theories and float the sort of conspiracy theories that she did. But then you had Sharad Pawar, 85-year-old, grieving, forced to step out really in front of the cameras to make the statement that he did. Mr. Rajgopalan, any views on how things played out for a brief while yesterday evening? Because even before, the last rites are held, even before the black box has been found, the politics, the vulture politics, as it were, had started.
One has to give credit to Mr. Sharad Pawar. He's a very shrewd politician. And, satisfied with the reply that it's a mere accident, don't politicize it. It's a message to Congress, local Congress, the leaders who have also creating some sort of sabotage theory. And that went viral. After that, Madam Mamata Banerjee started to say this. So Mr. Sharad Pawar put an end to that type of things. Otherwise, that sabotage theory would have been a viral one. But at the same time, Mr. Sharad Pawar, as the youngest Chief Minister of Maharashtra, I had the opportunity to meet him in 1977, 78, 79 when I just joined Indian Express as a reporter along with Mr. Arun Shuri and others. We used to go to Krishi Bhavan and Udyog Bhavan like that. He used to be very young Chief Minister. That is Vasant Dada Patil, and these are all tall leaders of Maharashtra. Who gave leadership, and also that has been taken forward by Mr. Ajit Dada. Now, Ajit Dada's sad demise should not be politicized. That is what Mr. Sharad Pawar's angle, and fortunately that statement gave an impetus to the Narendra Modi government also, because the civil aviation Minister Rammohan Naidu, when he gave briefing, others started to bounce on him, including Akhilesh Yadav and others. But Sharad Pawar's statement silenced everyone.
That is true. Let me go across to Nilesh, to Arunil, who continues to be at the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan, where the last rites of Ajit Pawar are underway. It's over to you, Arunil. All right. All right. I believe we'll try and go across to Arunil in just a bit. I believe there's a bit of a issue with his line. Nilesh continues to be with us as well. Nilesh, we are seeing these pictures come to us from the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan. The Vidya Pratishthan, something that will, at some point define Ajit Pawar's legacy as well, because Baramati is honestly a constituency, a model constituency, as Neeraja ji has been saying, that any person, man or woman aspiring to be an MP or a people's representative needs to go to Baramati to see how you nurture a constituency and how you nurture your voters. You nurture them not by giving rhetorical bhashans, but by actually doing things for the constituency. As we look at these pictures, can I ask you what people in Baramati have been saying, because you've been there in Baramati since yesterday, speaking to all of them?
Well, yes, indeed, yes, the loss is a quite big one that the entire state is currently experiencing, not just limited to Baramati. Now, this happens to be my second visit to Baramati. Earlier, I had come for the parliamentary elections when I had the opportunity to meet Ajit Pawar as well. And since then, it has changed a lot. There were certain aspects which we felt should be inculcated into Baramati. And as we visited yesterday, we saw all of those things finally taking shape. So within a span of less than 1 year, all of Baramati again was developing. So that was one aspect that was quite easy to catch for us as well. Now, speaking of Baramatikers, what they are currently experiencing is no less than losing like a family member. We have been speaking with several people since yesterday, and what we have constantly been given out that Ajit Dada has left us, and Ajit Dada was elder brother to us. We feel like a family member has said bye to us, and that is one aspect that is quite difficult to understand, that Ajit Pawar is no more. And these pictures which we try to present to you explains a lot about it. We are standing outside the VP school, VP college, but the crowd is still pouring in. You can see visuals of these individuals who are sitting outside this college into scorching sun, and they are looking at this particular screen wherein the last rituals are being displayed to them. We'll try to understand, to speak with several individuals who have gathered here, what exactly is going through their mind, because all have been stating that they are no less than devastated of this entire situation. दादा, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं और अभी फिलहाल आपके मन में क्या चल रहा है, कितना दुख हो रहा है?
हम दादा के वास्ते आए, दादा बहुत अच्छा था। हम फलटन से आए, फलटन से आए।
कितना बड़ा आपको लग रहा है कि नुकसान बारामती को, राष्ट्र को हुआ है?
बहुत बड़ा महाराष्ट्र को नुकसान हुआ है, बारामती को नुकसान हुआ है, फलटन को नुकसान हुआ है।
एक कोई ऐसी बात जो आज आपको याद आ रही
हो गए है ना, अभी जो नुकसान तो सब पूरे महाराष्ट्र कुछ हो गए है ना।
कोई ऐसी बात जो आज आपको दादा की सबसे ज्यादा याद आ रही हो?
अरे हम
बात नहीं कि बहुत ऐसी बात है कि दादा कितना बहुत सब जन मिस कर रहे हैं।
So these are the voices that the Baramatikas have been stating, and not just limited to Baramati, as we have been stating that people from across district, across the state of Maharashtra are reaching out today to catch a last glimpse of their leader. Now, we spoke to several individuals who stated that their task was pending for 6 months, but as they met Ajit Pawar into Mantralaya's lift, within a span of 30 seconds, his issue was resolved. So that was the speed that Ajit Pawar had for the development. He was a man of commitment. These are the words which is being constantly being given out to all of these individuals who are reaching out into this premises. You can only understand that the national highway was choked up for a few hours because all of these individuals are reaching out to Baramati from across various districts, and you can only understand that the leaders from the center politics are also making their way to this particular venue. Now what we understand that the state ceremony is finally in place. The state honor is being offered to Ajit Pawar. The screen have been set up. Now Amit Shah is seen on stage going to pay his tribute to DCM Ajit Pawar. A big loss that the state has incurred, not just onto the political front, but also at personal level, at social front as well. Ajit Pawar was known as a man of commitment, and which is why slogans like Ekach Vada Ajit Dada are constantly being given out, stating that Ajit Pawar and his legacy.
Just give me a minute here, I'll come back to you. Just to go back to the pictures at the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan there, you just had Home Minister Amit Shah actually pay his last respects. Let's listen into what's happening there.
त्या ठिकाणी पुष्पचक्र अर्पण करण्यासाठी आपण पुढे बोलवतो आहे नितीनजी नवीन, भारतीय जनता पक्षाचे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष नवीन साहेब. आदरणीय दादांना अर्पण करतील तर राज्याचे मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस. राज्याचे मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस. त्यांना श्रद्धांजली अर्पण करण्यासाठी या देशाचे रस्ते वाहतूक व महामार्ग केंद्रीय मंत्री नितीनजी गडकरी साहेब. सध्या देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस राज्याचे मुख्यमंत्री आपल्या सहकार्याला अखेरचा निरोप देतात. यानंतर केंद्रीय मंत्री आदरणीय नितीनजी गडकरी साहेब. सन्माननीय नितीनजी गडकरी पुष्पचक्र अर्पण करतात. त्यानंतर गोव्याचे मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय प्रमोदजी सावंत. सगळ्यांना विनंती आहे की आपण प्लीज जागेवर बसा. आपल्याला सूचना दिल्यानंतर उभं राहायचंय. सध्या जागेवर बसा. गोव्याचे मुख्यमंत्री प्रमोदजी सावंत. यानंतर महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे उपमुख्यमंत्री एकनाथजी शिंदे. महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे उपमुख्यमंत्री एकनाथजी शिंदे. यानंतर राहुलजी नॉर्वेकर. विधानसभेचे स्पीकर राहुलजी नॉर्वेकर. महाराष्ट्र राज्याचे उपमुख्यमंत्री एकनाथजी शिंदे यांनी पुष्पचक्र अर्पण केलेलं आहे. त्यानंतर राहुलजी नॉर्वेकर. केंद्रीय मंत्री आदरणीय रामदासजी आठवले साहेब. केंद्रीय राज्यमंत्री आदरणीय आठवले साहेब. केंद्रीय राज्यमंत्री.
We are seeing floral tributes now being paid to Ajit Pawar. It was led by Amit Shah, and then we've had people from the leaders from the Maharashtra government come and pay their tributes as well, including Devendra Fadnavis, including Eknath Shinde. The last rites will be conducted by his two sons, Parth and Jay. Parth, someone who has dabbled in politics, but Jay, who has largely been away from politics. There were really moving pictures that have come to us, Arunil, as you join us from the Pratishthan Maidan, where the last rites are being held. A moving picture coming in where we saw, the casket arrive wrapped in the tricolor. This is, after all, a state funeral. And then the national flag is folded and handed over to the family. And at one point, you have Sunetra Pawar sitting, clutching to the tricolor and actually weeping. These are very emotional scenes that we see coming to us from the Vidya Pratishthan Maidan. We are seeing a lot of people who have come cutting across political lines. Could you tell us if the Thackerés are here? I've seen Raj Thackeray, I think, if I'm correct, if Uddhav Thackeray is here. Just talk to us about who all have come to pay their last tributes to Ajit Pawar.
Well, Raj Thackeray is very much here, Priya. Raj Thackeray was here with his son, Amit Thackeray. He had entered with Deshmukh, actor who's also the son of former Maharashtra late Vilasrao Deshmukh. Uddhav Thackeray was also in Baramati. He had visited the residence of late Ajit Pawar, meeting his wife Sunetra Pawar, sat there for some time with his son. One of the most significant movement or significant moment of this funeral that has been done was when Supriya Sule held the hand of Sunetra Pawar. She took her to the mortal remains of the husband of Sunetra Pawar, and that is when Sunetra Pawar being there. They also caught the hand of the two sisters of Ajit Pawar. That's basically the two real sisters of Ajit Pawar. They were also brought in on the stage by where they paid their last respect to their beloved brother. Emotional scenes can be seen at this Vidya Pratishthan.
Arun, I'm afraid there is a bit of a network issue, as there usually is when there are huge crowds that gather in a small space. We'll try and reconnect with you in just a bit, continuing to be with these visuals coming to us from Baramati, where 66-year-old Ajit Pawar's last rites are currently underway. You have leaders from across Maharashtra, indeed across the country, come and pay their last respects. Neeraja ji, as we see these pictures play out, it also tells us about the gap that Ajit Pawar's demise leaves in Maharashtra's politics. I doubt whether there will be any discomfort to the Mahayuti at this point of time, but ultimately the NCP and Sharad Pawar and Sunetra Pawar and possibly Praful Patel, there are some questions that they will need to answer.
I think, does it mean that the reunification of the two NCPs, which was under consideration because they cooperated in the corporation elections to Pune and Pimpri-Chinchwad, though they didn't do well there, that has been underway. Will this go forward? Number one. Will the reunited parties go with the Mahayuti? With the BJP, that will be a very big decision for Sharad Pawar's party, but the pressure will be there. I would say 80-90% of those in Ajit Pawar's NCP will want to remain with the Mahayuti. So if it is to come together, will Sharad Pawar agree to that? He may himself not do it, but will it be something that they have to take into consideration? Then, of course, there is the whole Maratha element. Suppose the unity doesn't take place, who will head the Ajit Pawar's NCP? Will it be Praful Patel? Will it be Sunetra Pawar? Can the party break up if there are differences? But yes, I agree with you, that doesn't pose a threat to the government of Devendra Fadnavis at all. I think that will be comfortable. It's more the future of the NCP, more the future. Marathas now are feeling, many people say that Marathas are feeling orphaned. And I think that the leadership of Marathas, of NCP is a very critical thing. So I think we will see it pan out in the days to come. I think it will take time. The grief is so much, and the emotional surcharge there is in Baramati, Western Maharashtra. In Maharashtra itself, people are stunned. I'm sitting in Maharashtra. I'm actually sitting in Satara district in a very small place. I happen to be here. But one senses it. This is uppermost in people's minds.
Mr. Rajgopalan, could it be, we know that the Mahayuti government is, even if there was a unification to take place, nothing happens to the Mahayuti government. They have the numbers. I think that is very clear. Could we flip it as well? Do we see a flip scenario as well, where possibly you have a Sharad Pawar, I don't know, walking out of the India alliance, reuniting the party and choosing to stay with the BJP and the Mahayuti?
Yeah, my understanding is now two important questions to be resolved. Sunetra Ajit Pawar will definitely contest the assembly election. She has to resign Rajya Sabha. She will be the deputy chief minister, according to my sources. It may be, in 2 months, 3 months, like that. But Supriya Sule will definitely rule Delhi. Therefore, Mr. Sharad Pawar's intention, give NCP to give a Nari Shakti, because everyone will have a women representation more in NCP, because Mr. Sharad Pawar has to satisfy Sagan Bhujbal and Jewar, a lot of young leaders. You have to pacify them. And moreover, in nutshell, I say, It's a crisis for NCP. Will they, resolve it in 3 months' time? Otherwise, the other issues will crop up. Definitely, there will be a stalemate. Other important aspect which I foresee is what is the role of Mr. Praful Patel? He will be going with BJP or he will join BJP. These are all certain questions which will be getting answered in another 15 to 20 days' time. Let us now give an emotional farewell. Apart from that, Shreya, we have to also remember that young pilot who lost her life. She is from Madhya Pradesh and one is from Uttar Pradesh. What an amount of tragedy the family members of the air crash would have suffered. So with that, we have to pay our respects to Mr. Ajit Pawar and the entire crew of the aircraft.
And I think the truest tribute will be if we find out as soon as possible what actually led to that crash. Because right now there are too many theories that are doing the rounds. Yes, we are being told that it was low visibility, but honestly, it's the black box that has now been found. And you need a proper, clear answer on why this crash actually happened, because there are already political conspiracy theories that have been floated by some members of the India bloc. Also, Mr. Rajgopalan, just, we had this conversation about whether Uddhav Thackeray was present there, not present there. I do need to tell you, I do need to correct myself as well and tell you that yesterday at Ajit Pawar's residence, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray did go there. He did meet Sunetra Pawar and he did spend some time there. So there are those pictures as well. We'll slip into a quick break with the pictures on our screens right now. We continue to be with this coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, do stay with us.